busy day at the office, Michael.
It is. Always busy.
Always
yes.
busy. Well, I want to talk to you about your concept here, because whilst it's busy, this is a different thing for you. There aren't a million chefs running around and a hive of activity. It's you, the man.
Isn't it good? Because there's nothing worse than having people under your feet.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
I get it.
A subtle hint, yes. The reason we came to Orange basically is we were sourcing product from here when I was in the Blue Mountains.
Okay. Yep.
So, and then it started slowly. A local restaurant invited me to do a couple of dinners. The catalyst was a function we did, and it was to raise funds for the first time that Orange went to Wine Australia. And they had a fundraiser, and I came up and did the dinner. And it was a time that we were in the mountains and we wanted to leave the mountains and didn't know which direction to go. And when they thanked me and I said a few words, I said, you know, that Josephine and I were looking for somewhere to go to, and Orange looks pretty good. And 200 people stood up and said, come here. And I went back home and I said, we'll be full for the first night anyway, so let's give it a go. So we sort of, and somebody we knew up here bought a building in Anson Street, which became Selkirk's, and you know, I have 45 years in the restaurant business and late nights.
Old.
Yes, I am that old. I'm a
Good
senior
God.
cit. I am. No, I've even got my senior's card, and I get reduced transport costs. It's wonderful. So, you know, after that, we wanted to, you know, I wanted to continue working. Because I'm that sort of person. I just enjoy it, and I've been doing some value-added products for Michael Borg, the butcher. So we decided, well, this is working, so let's do something, do some meals as well, and pâtés and a bit of charcuterie. This was actually the backyard of a bank in its former days. The landlord approached us and said, look, I'm doing a redevelopment. What do you need in there?
Extreme makeover.
Yeah, extreme makeover. And we got the shop going, and then and basically we do food to heat and serve. So what you buy here, you just have to put in the microwave or the oven. And the containers we use are both microwave safe and oven safe. It works really well. Yeah.
And your clientele, who would they generally be? Give me a demographic breakdown. We
get from retirees, some of the squatocracy that have retired into town, and in actual fact we're getting more and more people that have got a disposable income who've been having meals on wheels, and they're coming in now, and the carers are coming and buying food for them once a week. Young couples that are working hard, and you know, they'll buy food. A lot of doctors come in to buy food, we're so busy. And then the weekend...
It's fairly broad.
But quite broad, yes. Yeah, but obviously it's not budget food, because we use, you know, fresh local ingredients as much as possible. And, you know, it's restaurant food, really.
And I think the real food nature of it, as opposed to, say, going to the supermarket and having a microwave dinner, which is void of taste, nutrition, etc., etc. At least here, when you are busy or moving, you've still got the ability to eat something that has been touched with love.
No, what fascinates me, I've always wondered, you know, you read the ingredient lists on some of this food that you buy, and it goes on forever. And it starts off, it might say beef, onion, carrots, and then there's a whole lot of lists of things with numbers in brackets, which is a real worry.
Getting longer all the time as well.
And then you know, no wonder people have got allergies and goodness knows what.
Tell me about your range, basically.
Well, we've developed a range that can be heated successfully.
Right, yes. So
therefore there's a lot of casseroles, curries, you know, slow cooked food. We do confits, duck confits. In winter we do cassoulets. Summer lighter curries. We always have add-ons. We always have a pilaf rice, mashed potato, couscous to go with the different dishes. We use, you know, from North African to Indian to Asian flavours. Marinated shoulders of lamb that we vacuum packed in sous vide, which is new,
Right, yes.
you know, in water at 60 degrees for about 7 or 8
Life's a bit
hours.
more like a caravan trip now,
Yes, so
isn't it?
they're perfect for families. So you've got the slow cooked meat that you can take home, but that does require then putting it in the oven
Yeah.
for probably 10 minutes, quarter of an hour, fairly high heat to caramelise it, to warm it through, but it really works well.
So Mum can say, I made it myself.
Exactly, and then she can buy, you know, a plate of, you know, potatoes, you know, boulanger potatoes, which are the onions and caramelised onions and stock, slowly cooked.
So there is a complete meal.
Oh, you can get a complete meal or a part of a meal. When we do dinner parties, we'll do parts. You know, we might do sauces for people. We might do you know, slow cooked confit, you know, confit leg that they can do whatever they like with. We can do the you know, the slow cooked lamb shoulder, for instance. You can take home and put on the barbecue. We get Michael Borg makes all our sausages for us,
And,
you know, so you can get mix and match. It just
Right.
needs a bit of imagination.
And you've worked with Michael then for years.
Yeah.
He's been a butcher here in Orange for some time.
Oh yes, yeah, and he's probably the best butcher in Orange.
Right. You know, it's not just confined to a small package this big. You're actually catering for something larger that can go to family dinners.
Oh yes,
that
yeah.
can go
yeah.
to
One,
dinner
you know,
parties.
we do the small containers. We do for one or for two, and then we've got sort of for 4 or 5, and then we've got bigger ones for parties.
Mhm.
And then, you know, if they want special orders, we encourage people to come in and order. You know, I can do things, you know, if they want a dinner party on Saturday night, I could do a, you know, poach a whole salmon or ocean trout for them they can take home. All they need to do is bring in a container.
Mm. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So do those things that they don't necessarily want to do or game enough to do, or
You're not boxing it.
and I
in
don't
that
stick
way.
Manners and Borg stickers all over it. You know, so they can say, who did, you know, can I say I cooked? I say, sure.